It's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble. 40,000 plus fans screaming and screeching their hearts out in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Get ready to witness a power-packed card where they're going to be rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling, fun, fights, and memorable feuds, such as Bray Wyatt taking on LA Knight in the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, where Mountain Dew Pitch Black bottles will be all over the place. Maybe they'll grow big. Maybe they'll grow sentient. Maybe Mountain Dew Pitch Black will become acidic and melt away this whole thing. You don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the lights will go out. Maybe 5 will show up and say baby when the lights go out. You'll have to find out by witnessing the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. And then Bianca Belair looks to continue her lengthy, almost record-setting reign as Raw Women's Champion, defending against Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss is looking to use every trick in the book. She's not controlled by Uncle Howdy, but maybe we find out that Bray is Howdy, Howdy is Bray, Einhorn is Finkel, Finkel is Einhorn. Maybe Bo Dallas shows up. Maybe somebody shows up. Maybe Lily grows to be 50 feet tall and smashes everybody. I hope not. I've already paid a whole enough money to a bunch of paralegals and a bunch of other people that I, didn't do anything bad to, but I had to pay them to go away. So I hope not, because I don't have all that much money left. Ha ha ha. But we have Roman Reigns with his special counsel, Paul Heyman, the man of extreme himself, and he's looking to beat the absolute special counsel and find a way to help Roman Reigns defend the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship against Kevin Owens, who will keep fighting. He will die trying to wrench the Universal Heavyweight Championship away from the grasp of Roman Reigns, who's held it for nearly 3 years. Just got to get to SummerSlam. That's quite a while. Ha ha ha. But then, of course, we have two the Royal Rumbles. The mindset of Pat Patterson has led to 2 Royal Rumbles. One for the men, 30 women. Only 7 have been announced, so we're going to have a lot of surprises for you. And 30 men, all humans said to be together. It's such good shit, pal. Ha ha ha. Only 15 announced as of now, because we're going to have a whole bunch of surprises for you. A few you'll like, a few you won't like. But what are the surprises? You'll have to find out when you tune in for the Royal Rumble. Fuck! I'm John Retham with my WWE Royal Rumble 2023 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please. God damn it, I need to stop doing that frickin' Vince McMahon impression. Okay, so there are 5 matches announced as of Wednesday afternoon. 15 of the men have been announced for the Royal Rumble. 7 of the women have been announced for the Royal Rumble. And look, I'm just going to be perfectly honest here, guys. I really only care about 3 of the matches. So these predictions might end up being short. That's why I did that lengthy intro. Goddamn, I don't know how Vince even had a voice by 2000 after doing those raucous and likely coked up, influenced intros. Nevertheless, let me know your predictions in the comments, please. Bray Wyatt against LA Knight in the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. I don't care. I don't care. I have not liked any of this stuff with Bray Wyatt. He got a big pop on his return. He's gotten pop since. Some people are wrapped up in this. That's fine. I'm not. It's going to be Bray Wyatt. Has it done anything for LA Knight? Not really. So there you go. Bianca Belair against Alexa Bliss. Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca. Because please, we do not need Alexa ending that reign. We definitely don't need Alexa as champion again. And honestly, Bianca needs to go to Mania 39. And she needs to defend it, likely in the main event of Night 1. And it's going to be against the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match. Which I have a pretty good idea who that's going to be. We will see. And that's up Bianca. I mean, dear God, don't give it to Alexa. And they're going to do spoopiness and bullshit, and I'm not going to like it. But there are people that like it, and that's fine. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman taking on Kevin Owens' undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. It's going to be Roman. Roman is going to test Sammy's loyalty. Sammy is likely going to help Roman, and then they're going to lay out Sammy because that's going to be it. That's going to be it right there. They're going to find a way to do that. Or maybe Sammy does help Roman. They don't do anything. Sammy enters the Rumble, and we see what happens there. But Roman is walking out as champion. This is going to be a pretty damn good match. They're going to craft a good thing here. I'm worried about the amount of interference. God damn it, that Vince McMahon impression. God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. But it was fun. Roman Reigns will end up retaining. His reign will continue. Now that everybody's tuned out, let's just say they add a match on SmackDown, because I am recording this before SmackDown. Why? Because honestly, I'm not going to have time recording a SmackDown review, the Rampage review, and then recording Rumble predictions. And by then, if the card's not set a few days out, that means they're going to have surprises. Let's say they add Charlotte versus Sonya, and they don't have that on SmackDown this week or SmackDown in a couple weeks. If they add that, Charlotte's going to win. Charlotte's going to win because, of course, she's going to win. Because Sonya, and I got nothing against Sonya. Sonya doesn't need to win. So let's go to the Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, so 7 of the 30 participants so far, as of this recording, have been named. Liv should be number 1 and should go, maybe not the distance, but go to at least 2021. Maybe pull Ted DiBiase from the Royal Rumble 1990 and survive, like, till number 24, 25, because that would be a good showing for her. Candice LeRae, Raquel Gonzalez, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega. I thought they had a height requirement for the Rumble, but evidently not. And Emma. Hands up if you forgot that Emma was even still with the company. And Rhea Ripley. Okay, so it's entirely possible that... let's just go over some scenarios of people that could come back. Asuka will likely come back, a.k.a. maybe she'll come back as Kana. They're going to have plenty of other women in there. Maybe Naomi makes a return. I don't know. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool pop. You could get a bunch of call-ups. St. Elbows Fire should be called up. I would call up Indy Hartwell, quite frankly, because I think that they both have just been spinning their wheels for a while in NXT. You could call up a few others. If they really wanted to have Sol Ruka make an appearance, that'd be fine. She could do a Kofi Kingston spot, but if you're going to have Kofi there, maybe you need to save that till next year. That way Sol can, marinate a little bit and do some stuff down there. Maybe they wrote off Nikita Lyons because they're going to call her up, because that'd be a great goddamn idea. Get that greenhorn up there. They could have, some other surprises. Have Molly Holly show up. They could have Piper Niven, since she's been off for a while, I think, due to an injury and due to other things. Hopefully she's doing all right. I don't think they should have the Bellas show up. I don't think there's a reason. They might have them show up just to tie into Nikki Bella having a... Nikki Bella Says I Do. It's a 4-part event. How long does it take you to say I do? It's literally 3 letters. I don't understand how that would be that hard. Melina, they could have show up. They could have a bunch of people show up. Quite frankly, I would like to maybe see Kyrie show up. They aren't going to have Mercedes show up because she just left. And she's not going to be Mercedes Monet. And she wants to be away from there. But I think there's the potential for the women's match to have some pretty good stuff. Now, that being said, who do I possibly have win? Hey, they could have Tara show up, Victoria. Except she showed up in Impact. Maybe Mickey shows up. Who knows? This is who I have. If Asuka shows up, she could show up. She could show up as Kana and win it. And I'd be all for her versus Bianca. That's a dark horse pick. Who's going to win? This is her brutality. It's got to be Rhea Ripley. It's got to be Rhea Ripley because Rhea and Bianca were supposed to have that match Money in the Bank last year or something like that. And that ended up getting screwed up because of an untimely injury. And now that Rhea's fine, she's been working her way back into the fold. She's going to be able to... I would have her enter about halfway through and just dominate and destroy and do some great shit because Rhea absolutely can be the one to beat Bianca. It'd be believable. They would have carve a great goddamn match. Carve and craft a great goddamn match. There'd be a great main event. That's who I'm going with. Who do you think will be the surprise entrance? Let me know in the comments, please. I mean, I would have wrote some of them down, but honestly, they're kind of tapped out on people they could really bring back. They could have Trish show up, and I don't know why. They could have Lita show up. I don't really know why, because they've already had that happen. So, nevertheless, Rhea Ripley's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, we get to the Men's Royal Rumble. 15 of the 30, as again of this recording, have been named. Kofi Kingston, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Austin Theory, Seth Pheasant Rollins, whoa, Lashley, Barry Corbin, as I'm calling him now, Ray, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Edward James Olmos, good grief, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross. Okay, Sami Zayn could show up and he could be part of that. They could have Kevin Owens as part of the Rumble, but unfortunately, if he loses to Roman and shows up in there, then he almost has to win it. They could have Steiner show up in the Rumble. That'd actually be kind of cool. I'd like to see that because they're going to be calling him up soon. Dexter Lumis could be part of the Rumble. Gargano, if he's healthy. I know that he's been dealing with some kind of shoulder or knee sprain. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Miz could be part of it. In fact, I'd be very surprised if Miz wasn't part of it. I think, could Rock show up? Let's just address the big one right there. Could Rock show up? Sure, he could. I don't think he will. I think, if anything, it's likely for him to show up after Kevin Owens gets laid out, after the match. And then Rock shows up and they do that. But then there's no way that match main events, so that match will probably open the show. And if that opens the show instead of the Women's Royal Rumble, because I think the Men's Royal Rumble is going to main event, then we've got a problem. We've got a conundrum here, because we've only got 2 other matches that really don't matter at the end of the day, because poor LA Knight and Bianca. But The Rock could show up. But him showing up in the Rumble, he's not in in-ring shape. Hey, it could be truth. It could be just a way to lead people off the scent. Who knows? We're not going to find out until the show. But somebody suggested for the Women's Royal Rumble, by the way, that Brandy shows up. No, they need wrestlers, not idiots. So, and that was suggestions people made on Twitter, but Rock could show up. They could have Austin show up. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. I think Austin is probably happy with Texas being his last match. Who could they show? They could have Grayson Waller show up. He's insufferably good at what he does. Carmelo Hayes, I think, almost has to be a lock to show up, because he could have a good 15 to 20 minute run. Rhea Ripley, I think, needs to be in the Men's Rumble. So, if they have her show up there, 15, 20 minutes, good showing. It'd be much more believable than Nia Jax, because Rhea's actually a wrestler and not a couch left out in the rain that can't really move. Rhea showing up would be really goddamn cool. Don't need to have Goldberg show up. I mean, Seth Pheasant Rollins, obviously, is one of the locked-in members there. I don't know who else you really could have. Who else could you really have show up? I mean, I'm trying to think of the various legends. I mean, Bork's going to be in there, obviously. In fact, he'll probably be in there to eliminate Lashley, or they'll eliminate each other, and that'll build to that match. They could have Bad Bunny. I don't know if that's a good idea. They could have various people. They could throw some celebrities in. Somebody suggested Tyson Fury. I don't think that's a good idea, because I don't know if he can actually enter the country because of various things going on. They could have Logan Paul show up. They could have John Cena show up and face off against Austin Theory. There are plenty of things they could do. And plenty of good potential. I think the men's almost has to main event. And why is that? Because I think they're going to do a 1994 finish. It's going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Pheasant Rollins going over at the same goddamn time. And then we're going to get the split tie. If The Rock doesn't show up, Rollins versus Roman on night 1, Cody versus Roman on night 2. And there you have that, and you can separate the titles, and you can do some stuff. And Roman could beat Rollins on night 1. Cody could beat Roman on night 2. You could do stuff like that. You can have a way to build that. That's where I'm going to go with it. But if Rock shows up, then it's pretty much just all goddamn wash. It's pretty exciting to talk about this card because unfortunately, maybe not so unfortunate, there's a lot of potential for this to be a pretty landmark event. That being said, so much of it is up in the air. I think Cody and Seth Pheasant Rollins winning are the most likely tying. Sammy could show up. He could win it. If Sammy wins the Rumble, I'm not gonna hate it. But I think that it's ultimately Sammy and Owens against the Usos reuniting and, taking the titles, tag titles away from the Bloodline. Whichever tag titles it is. Raw or SmackDown. Probably SmackDown, but they're on separate brands. But nevertheless, there's going to be a lot of chit-chat and a lot of talk and a lot of fun. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises. There may be some good ones, or maybe some bad ones. If Rock doesn't show up, people will be pissed. But if he shows up, then people could still be pissed because you're thinking this is a guy that already got injured a ton, during his last, couple. I mean, he wasn't feeling all that great after the WrestleMania once-in-a-lifetime match, WrestleMania 28. And he tore a muscle completely off the bone at the WrestleMania 29 match. So you have to think that maybe he wouldn't end up doing it, because why would he want to take that kind of punishment? That being said, Cody and Seth Pheasant Rollins, Sammy's a dark horse. For the women, Rhea or Kana. I don't know who the hell else you could have face Bianca. And then for the women, Bayley and Becky almost have to be in there. Dakota and Io would have to be in there. I'm kind of flip-flopping back and forth on this. because that would be good. It would be a good way to fill that out. Other than that, there's a lot of surprises, a lot of good shit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.